That's the quickest intro ever in life.
Oh,
It's so like, it pumps me up.
For a second.
let's see.
Welcome to DT4. It's breakfast, or depending on what part of the country you're in. It's breakfast with DT4 or lunch with DT4 today. Little bit of a different scenario for us, but we have a very special episode, so we're excited about it. We're going to be joined in a little bit by a legend in the art scene and a legend in the designer toy. What would you call Broke Piggy? I guess curating and show creation, DCON. They do it all. It's going to be
the main attraction of DCON.
I was going to say a badass booth at DCON.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Causing all the hype with people scurrying all over the place to get amazing drops.
They do a lot more than that, though. They are, I think they do a lot. So I'm looking forward to really getting to learn some about that.
Well, they've been in the game for 10 years, so they're celebrating their 10th year anniversary. We're going to learn all about that. So we got 4 members of the Broke Piggy team that will be coming on shortly. And then, of course, a legend artist, Mr. Scott Tolleson. I always want to say Tolleson just because of my, Midwestern, Tolleson, but it is Tolleson, I believe. We will find that out. We will get the answers and make sure that we are saying it correctly. But nevertheless, you all know who Scott is, and we are so excited to have all of those people with us today.
And just in case you guys don't know us, because I know there may be some new faces and some new, guests in the show and the chat today. We are DT4, stands for Designer Toy Fourum. Clever, right?
We kind of are a tour. We kind of tour. I mean, we're a tour.
And we are just a collective of 4 people who really like art and designer toys and collecting. And really our goal with the show is just to kind of connect artists and collectors and bring, new artists on that maybe people aren't familiar with, or talk to some really amazing legends in the game who people are familiar with. So that's who we are. And we're excited to see everybody here. So thank you guys, 28 of you, 32 of you in the chat. So thank you for being out here on your Sunday and sharing your weekend with us.
Tell all your peeps we're live. Just go on Instagram. Tell them we're live.
Yeah, for sure. Share this show. It is a great one today. It will be available on demand for those who cannot make it today. Normally we go on Wednesdays. This is a little bit of an off day for us. So to kind of daisy chain onto B's explanation of who we are. If you're interested in learning more about us, please subscribe. DT4_live right here on this channel, and then share, like, do all that. And then we also have an IG handle that's growing. That is also at DT4_live. So if you go over there, you can find out all of the information that we got coming up on future shows. One program note, this show today, although it's not completely about DCON, a lot will be about the upcoming DCON in Las Vegas 20th anniversary. And then the next episode we have, which is back on our normal Wednesday evening hour, we were going to be joined by special guest, co-host for the entire hour or plus, Steph from Funko Freak Collects, who we adore and love. And then we have so many cool nuggets about DCON on that show. It's going to be the Wednesday, the week before DCON. So whatever that is, the 5th
D-Day. I think I call it D-Day, the week before. Like, it's happening. We got to blow up your studio and get everything done.
It is so close.
And we're all proud to say that we all have some form of participation at DCON. We're all attending. Rock has a table or booth. EB and I each have pieces in various shows on different tables, plus we'll be in attendance. Steph from Funko Freak Collects, who will be the co-host for that show coming up on November 5th, 6th, 7th, whatever that date is, will also be in attendance. So we're going to have, we're going to be excited to see y'all and talk about that. What about this week, guys? I know it's kind of full DCON prep, especially for Rock, who's, although Rock has time for cruises, apparently.
Got to get, when you turn 60, you got to travel.
Yeah.
Right. You got to move around.
Absolutely. Yeah. No, it's just full force DCON prep for us. We're, working on pieces. That's it. That's all we got.
The office and the studio are a mess. We got paint everywhere.
Yep.
And
My booth supplies landed. So thank you, Red Guardian, for that. So the booth is going to be amazing once again, like last year. Be right next door to Jay Martin and right across the street from TJP.
Let's go.
It'll be fun.
It's gonna be a fun corner. I think right around the corner, you guys got some pretty cool artists that are gonna be over there too. Zard and One Eye Girl and a few others that are sharing a table. And then I think there's another couple of booths that got moved close to you as well.
Yeah, it's gonna be a fun little gathering point, I think. So
Yeah.
I got some collabs. I think Ditto has a collab with TJPB. I don't know if you do or not.
I do.
So all of us have projects with TJP, so we'll all be over there back and forth. And I got two really good ones with TJP. I'm painting one and he's painting one, and I think there's a LE 5 or 6 of each figure, so it's pretty cool. Can't wait.
Awesome. I'll show you a little sneak peek of another collab I have with an artist. This, shout out to my amazing husband for sculpting it for me, are my little poker chips that are going to be inside a piece that I have with a collab of a surprise artist. So I'm excited about that.
It's gonna be awesome.
I don't know if I'm able to say this or not, but I'm gonna. You know me I can't keep a secret. Speaking of poker chips, some artists in DCON will be having these poker chips that you can go around and collect from each artist. I think there's 10 or 12 of us.
Cool.
And you'll get the whole list and all the info, but we will have a different color with our logo poker chip on each booth, and you can go around and collect them all.
Okay, well, there you go.
That'll
Should be
amazing.
fun. Should be fun.
Well, without further ado, we
Let's
got
do this.
pretty much, I mean, DCON is on the mind. So with that, today we have a very special Sunday edition of DT4. I think we'll start off we're going to layer everybody in here because there's a lot of people, but it's going to be an amazing show. Let's start off with bringing on a legend in the art scene. You know him, you love him, you've seen him at DCON, you've seen him everywhere. Mr. Scott Tolleson. Let's go. Scott, welcome to DT4. Are you there, sir?
I was going to say, maybe you should have waited on
That's
him.
like, screw this, man. I'm waiting.
He might have taken a break. All right. Well, we'll bring Scott back on in a moment when he's back. Oh, wait a minute. I think you just joined. Hold on. Scott, there you are.
I can't hear anything.
Oh, no.
Uh-oh.
There's no sound.
Okay.
Okay.
Earbuds? Do you have earbuds, or do you have maybe put those in?
We'll see if Scott can get the earbud situation fixed here. Scott, can you hear us right now or no? No. Okay. We'll put him back in the chat for the moment, and let's bring on some of the members of Broke Piggy. And then once Scott gets the sound issue corrected, we will go ahead and let's layer on some members of Broke Piggy here. First and foremost, I'm going to bring on Seth from Broke Piggy. Seth, welcome to DT4.
You guys, thanks for having us on.
Absolutely. Why don't you just tell us a little bit about who you are and your involvement in Broke Piggy, and then we'll just keep bringing members of your team on.
Yeah, so I'm one of the founding members with Broke Piggy. We all started as just a collector group through the Kid Robot forums, and kind of grew it from there. We all met up at a DCON back in 2012 and just decided we want to be more involved. And ever since then, we've been helping with booths and started our own booths. Then we worked with Scott on a ton of different projects, and it kind of grew from there.
Awesome.
Nice.
Well, let's bring on another key member of the Broke Piggy team. Right now, we're honored to welcome Jordan from Broke Piggy. Jordan, welcome in.
Hi, thanks for having us.
Absolutely. Again, if you would, just quickly for the people out there, tell a little bit about who you are and your involvement with Broke Piggy.
Another founding member, Broke Piggy. I also work closely with Scott as project manager. Just excited to be here. This is our first time, actually in 10 years, doing a show. So,
Wow.
Well, we're honored. Absolutely honored. Let's bring on the rest of your team real quick. First and foremost, let's bring on Kay, who's also with Broke Piggy. Welcome to DT4K.
Hi, everybody. Thank you for having us.
Absolutely. Again, why don't you just, for the people out there, give a quick who you are and your involvement with Broke Piggy.
Also, another founding member. I get very nervous, so
that's okay.
That's right. Ditto does too. Ditto's so nervous.
So do we.
I'm happy you're here. Girl power. I'm not outnumbered.
We needed
today.
another one, right?
Also, I love your setup. I love those are nice.
Thank you. Just another. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I was just going to say, no need to be nervous. Just think of this like we're having coffee at a diner, just chatting about all that cool stuff that you all do. That's all this is.
Just another collector. We all, like Seth said, everything that Seth said, ditto, pretty much. Yeah, we just
Yeah, there you go.
we're just a collective, and wanted to do more for the community because we felt that maybe this is what we needed during that time because it was something that wasn't out there yet.
Okay. And the final member of the Broke Piggy team that'll be joining us today is Chris. Chris, welcome to DT4. And again, very quickly, tell us who you are and your involvement with Broke Piggy.
Hi, my name is Kay. I'm very nervous about this show. No, I'm Chris. I'm a founding member of Broke Piggy, and yeah, just a collector that got together with all these guys to start something fun.
Awesome.
Nice.
Okay, we're going to check in with Scott in just a moment, make sure he's got his sound issue corrected. But in the meantime, Jordan or one of you that wants to take this, why don't you just tell us a little bit about what is Broke Piggy and the history of Broke Piggy very quickly.
We
Jordan, you're
lost
muted.
Jordan.
No noise. No.
Yeah. I can't hear Jordan, and then Chris is frozen on
Yeah,
our
Chris is
screen.
frozen.
Oh, good.
There. Okay, I can hear you now.
Hey, but the screen that you're frozen on looks amazing, by the way. Like the background setup, the bokeh effect, it's good.
There you go, Jordan.
There you go.
I might have to. Yeah, I
There
don't
you
have
go.
I don't have the professional setup like Chris does, so I might have to do this. Okay, you guys hear me now?
Yes, sir.
All right. I know I got my gaming set on. I feel like I'm gonna play some Call of Duty 2 while I chat with you guys. All right.
Love it.
So we started off as a collective, just a bunch of collectors on the Kid Robot forum, and we were in this private chat. And really, what happened was, I think it was 2014 or 13. We were at DCON in Pasadena, and it was just really frustrating because if you sit down on the aisles, your feet are hurting. They're security's there going, hey, you can't sit there. Keep moving, and then you're just carrying like all these bags, and we're just like, wouldn't it be nice if we just had our own place to sit down, just a seat, and store our stuff? Because we are all local, so we didn't have a hotel to go back to, and so we had this idea where like, what if we created a fake company and got a booth, and we just put a couch there and get some pizzas, and just like that's our spot. And we're like, I think we could do it. So we created a fake company, created like a whole website for it, and
Wow.
we submitted it, and we got accepted. And we're like, oh, this is cool. We got our booth, and we're just literally going to make it a hangout spot for our group. And then, but it was so early, we had like almost a year, and we were like, I just remember we're just like, well, since we have this company, a fake booth, why don't we just make some toys and sell it? So that's how I got started. And we partnered up with, I think with Scott. We also partnered up with the bots, and we did a little like custom blind box. We did some prints, and yeah, that's how we got started.
That is amazing. I did not know
That's
any
cool.
of that. How cool. What a neat way to start something like that.
Yeah, we're gonna let's see if I can layer on Scott. Let's see if Scott has gotten the sound issue. Scott, can you hear us?
Yeah, I can hear you guys. Can you
All
hear
right,
me?
let's go.
Yeah,
Yes.
I don't know what happened. I had to restart. I could hear everything before you guys started the going live, but then after that, nothing. So
We were
Yeah.
gonna blame Jordan for your sound or no sound.
yeah, sabotaging me once again.
I'm used to it.
We're pushing the boundaries of the limitations, I think, of our StreamYard today. It's like, whoa, I feel like it's a Brady Bunch or something. It's fun. Well, Scott, welcome to DT4. We're all huge fans of yours. I'm pretty sure each and every one of us, including the Broke Piggy crew, have pieces of your art in our collection. So for the folks out there, maybe that are living under a rock here, tell us a little bit about who you are and your background for the people.
Well, I'm not sure that Broke Piggy has any of my stuff in their collection, right? You guys?
Nah,
Nothing.
No.
they don't like
I
it.
just found out who you were today.
Yeah. So basically, I started off as a fake artist, and I went to DCON, and I was like, "Hey, how can I be fake and have a booth here?" So I started. No, so I've been doing designer toys. I think my first one was, oh man, I think it was 2005, I think it was Tricycle Terror. It was a resin piece. So that was just, you know, I started off doing designer toys as kind of a side thing. My career, I guess, outside of designer toys is I'm an art director at Disney. So, you know, I just one day was like, you know, I've always been into toys ever since I was a kid, like collecting and everything. So I just, you know, some point during working at Disney, you know, working there is it's a very collective group of people working on, like, collaborating, working on projects. And then I just, you know, a lot of stuff that I worked on working at Disney was, you know, I would pour my heart into it. Things, you know, would get canceled, and it was like, oh, you know, why am I putting so much creative effort into that? I want to do something on my own. So that's kind of when I started doing designer toys, and, you know, I just kept going. I just kept making, like, just doing things I wanted to do. Like, you know, I would just get a wild idea, and I'm like, I'm going to make that. I'm going to do it. So I would do, you know, I'd self-produce, design. And then, you know, just over time, I was putting out toys, and then I started collaborating with other companies. I worked with Kid Robot, obviously, Super Plastic, just so many different collaborations. And then I found out after doing collaborations, I was like, dude, I really love collaborating with other artists and other companies. And it kind of reinvigorated sort of my love for toys. It's like, you know, I knew I could do it on my own, but, like, it was so fun to, like, work with other artists and like I said, other companies and just work back and forth. So, yeah, I mean, I don't even know how many things I've done. I'm, like, sitting here trying to, like, think about all this stuff. But yeah, so then I think, Jordan, I don't know, was it 2015 or 2014? Like, I had a signing at Kid Robot, and it's the first time I met Jordan, at least the first time I remember meeting Jordan. He came to the signing, and then, like I said, because of the collaborating, you know, we kind of worked on so many things together, and it just became this, like, natural thing to do. And, like, we just, I mean, the rest is just history. Like, you know, different releases, the Shard kind of blew up, and then, yeah.
Well, DT4, the chat, if you guys have questions for the legend Scott, if you guys have questions for Broke Piggy, please drop them in the chat. We will make sure they get asked throughout this episode. So, Scott, you're kind of, for the designer toy end of things, at least, you're kind of celebrating a bit of an anniversary yourself. It sounds like it's about your 20th year in that game. I mean, that's amazing. So we've got a lot of anniversaries coming up with DCON's 20th. Scott, obviously, your 20th year into the designer toy game. And then, of course, Broke Piggy. You guys are entering 10 years. That's quite an accomplishment. Congratulations to you guys.
Thank you.
So, Scott, a quick question for you, and I'm sure others on the team are going to have questions throughout as well. What were some of your inspirations? I mean, you said growing up, you kind of were a collector and you're into toys. I mean, cartoons, stuff like that. Like, what were a few of maybe your things from your childhood that kind of sparked all this interest?
Yeah. So in my opinion, like, growing up in the late 70s and 80s is, like, kind of the best time for, like, cartoons, toys. Like, I mean, I grew up collecting all that as a kid, like Masters of the Universe, Voltron, Transformers, like, you know, so, like, you know, it's never, I can't remember a time where, like, I wasn't sort of like a collector and collecting toys. Maybe a little bit in college, you know, it kind of wasn't cool. So I was like, but, like, you know, just growing up on those cartoons and those toy lines, I just never kind of, like, you know, it's kind of, so just a quick story. A lot of it is because I mean, I had those toys as a kid, and a lot of the collecting is kind of trying to recapture those memories, right? Of having those toys, and like, you know, you'd have, like, all my Masters of the Universe. I had them at one point. I loved them, and I, you know, and then, like, one day they were just gone. Like, I don't know what happened to them, if they got sold at a yard sale or given away, but, you know, it's a lot of that the nostalgia is like really strong. So, and then like as far as making the toys or going into toy production, it was really kind of an experiment at first. It was like hey, just do it, like see what happens. Like you've got the money to do it. Like it could be fun. It could be, you could go into it and it's too hard and you can quit. But a lot of it, like just with dealing with companies in China and Japan, like it's all just self-taught. It's just like going through the experience. And like, I've made toys that are horrible. Like I look at them now and I'm like, why did you do that? But and it was just a terrible experience. And I could have easily been like, okay, that was really dumb. Like just stay in your lane, like stop it with the toy thing. But yeah, so it was collecting, and then it turned up. And I'm also a collector even to this day. So like I collect other artists, in the scene. I collect their stuff. So I think back to the original question, I think the original inspiration was just the 80s, just all the weird toys, all the cool toys that we had back then, and just trying to make stuff and be inspired by that stuff.
Look, we grew up I'm sorry, Rock. We grew up in an area age, Scott, because I'm probably similar age to you, and I think there's a few in the chat that are maybe in the age range. We grew up in an age where we had Saturday morning cartoons. Remember Saturday morning cartoons? And then, of course, I don't know about you, but I used to rush home and watch Scooby-Doo right after school. I mean, I had to get home to watch that. So it was a very cool era for cartoons and that kind of collecting. You had somebody that did ask in the chat, Melissa, wanted to know what your favorite cartoon as a kid was.
Oh, as a kid, I mean, it's weird because I feel like in the 80s, like it felt like every week there was like a new cool thing. I mean, like even like some of the more obscure like toy lines and cartoons, like Jason the Wheeled Warriors is one. I mean, I remember like I just felt like at least every couple weeks, like I was into something different, right? So like, for example, like when GoBots were a thing, right? Before Transformers had come over to the US, it was like GoBots were the coolest thing. Like what this like car turns into a robot? Like I've never seen this. Yeah. And then, and that lasted, I feel like for 2 weeks. And then like Transformers came out. It was like, whoa, this is like, they made GoBots look like, garbage. So, what was the question again? What's my
favorite cartoon?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I mean,
clearly not GoBots.
Yeah. I would say maybe for the longest period of time, I was probably into Thundercats.
Yeah.
Nice.
And all that stuff is worth tons of money right now. So like all those old stuff, people collect that, keep it. Shoot, when I was growing up, we didn't have TV yet. So we no, I'm just kidding. But
Hold on.
I was like 60.
Like Scott, somebody's probably rich off of your yard sale, has millions of dollars in the bank right now because of your yard sale.
Yeah, and for some reason I do have those lingering toys that for some reason ended up coming with me throughout the years. So just random, right? So like not even my favorite toys, just some things that I was like, well, maybe it was in a box that had other stuff in it, right? For example, I have the Tiamat dragon from the Dungeons and Dragons like cartoon line, just randomly. Like it wasn't my favorite toy, but and I looked up how much it's worth now, and it's just like, wow. And it's in good condition, and so yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it's crazy. I think, and it passes down to your kids and your friends and all that collected. Like my daughter still has, she's 34 and still has her Barbies in boxes, in crates in the garage. So she kept all that stuff. And so collectors just keep, pass it on. And it's changed so much over the years. Like baseball cards, so much has got thrown away. And now you got these brand new cards that are worth millions of dollars. So it's up and down.
Mm-hmm.
Well, switching gears a little bit, we've had a couple questions about your inspiration of the Shard. So if you could kind of talk a little bit about how that character, came to be, and we'll flex our one of our grails on screen for that.
That's a grail.
Yeah. So the Shard came about. Actually, I did an Odd Ones toy line with Kid Robot I don't even remember what year it was. But it was an entire line of like these like kind of Halloween inspired characters. And the shard was actually one of those that I was going to add to the list. Problem is, because of really the only way to get the shard to look the way it does is by the material, which is like resin. They're resin. There's not really a way that you can do it in vinyl. So I was just like, this is going to be too hard. Like, I'm not going to add it. And then, so that line came out. And then this was kind of like, hey, let's kind of continue the Odd Ones line with shard, and let's make it a resin toy. So I got permission from Frank, like, yeah, go for it. And then, yeah, the first one.
Do you want me to add to it?
Yeah, am I missing something?
You got most of it right. Just the little details I think that are cool. So, 2016 Odd Ones comes out, and it was
My favorite.
Comic-Con 2016. That's the one where you shared a booth with Frank. We were doing a post taco dinner. Remember that like hole in the wall spot that Frank found? And we were sitting there at dinner, and he was like, just being Frank, and he just being a master of just knowing what's in the community. This is before resin. He was just like, the future's resin, and we're like, what? No, we like vinyl. And he's like, no, you guys need to. He's like, future's resin. We need to get on resin. And we're like, okay. He's like, I want you guys to think of a figure to make, like a 3-inch figure. He's like, I want you guys to do one for us. And we're like, okay. We're like, that's kind of weird. But then we came up. We looked into all the Odd Ones sketches and concepts, because you had way more. I think the series was like what, 12 or so, or 14, but you had like a book of 30 different characters, which was pretty cool. Like so many concepts, but the series you could only pick 14. So, but there was a lot in there. So we revisited that, and originally we picked Howie, but Kid Robot already had plans for that. So then we went back, and then that's how we found that old shard sketch that was actually a lot different than the 3-inch now, but that was like, this is perfect for resin. But yeah, so you could even credit Frank for being kind of like the start of shard, because he's the one who pushed us to do that, which is pretty cool. And he was like, yeah,
that's really cool. This is an amazing history background of a very popular character. So guys, share this with your friends. There's a lot of people that didn't get to come in today that love Scott's work and would be very curious about kind of that origin path.
That is my ultimate favorite set right there.
It's such a good set. I love
thanks.
So if anybody's like, what are they talking about? Odd Ones. This is the
best. It is so good.
Blinds and
then here's Howie.
What was the invisible guy? Go back. I forget the name, Scott. The invisible guy. That one, right?
I forgot what I called him. Almost invisible
man. So yeah, this one we've never shared with anyone, but we were big fans of APs, and at one point we were going to release one where it was like no clothes at all, and then just like a blurred out area, and we were going to call it Not Safe. I forget what we were going to do. It was like a funny joke, but it was just like, what if he had like, he's invisible, but he has no clothes on? But that was one of the ideas. We never came to, it never made it, but I remember that.
Yeah, that's awesome.
The shard just made sense too, because, it was already kind of like a character that was going to be something, but then to make it as a resin piece just made a lot of sense. Cause like, if it's like a gem, like how many different colorways because like, you can, it makes sense to do like multiple colorways on it. And you never know something's going to blow up like this. So in our head, it was just like, oh, we can do like a crystal, like a diamond and like a sapphire. And so it was just, it just kind of caught on, and it, like I said, it makes sense because of all these different like natural kind of like materials that exist that you can, and then it just went crazy, and then we just started doing like crazy colorways, but it still works.
Crazy sizes. You got the little bitty ones as well.
And it's a beautiful piece to also be able to collaborate with other artists on, because it gives such a great amount of space for people to just, and it's just such a, almost like a blank platform. It's beautiful.
Scott,
think-
do you? I asked this to a lot of the artists that do their own toys and stuff. Do you keep a lot of your old stuff? Have you kept a lot of your old stuff?
Yeah. So I feel weird about, like, I don't have a real display of my own art. Like, I know some artists like to like have their art on this. I do have pieces like randomly here and there, but I like to, like, when I work, I like to be around things that inspire me, not necessarily my own art. So like in my studio, it's all other people's stuff. But I do have an archive. I always try to keep at least 2 of a release. One for Piper, one for Lila. Those are my kids. But I do have at least 1 of everything somewhere. I'm not really organized, so like Jordan will like call me up and he'll be like, "Hey, do you have this piece?" And I'm like, "Dude, I have to check." Like, yeah, it's gonna take me a day or whatever because I don't have it all in like one space. So it's kind of an ongoing joke with us.
Storage unit number 3. Check that one first.
You need a good filing system for them.
If you ever do curate that archived work and put it in a display, please put it out on IG or something. We're all going to want to see that.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I think Jordan, if you want to share what you've set up, that's probably a good. Like he has a display of all the shards in his office.
Oh no, I can't fit anymore. I had to actually curate it. Now I used to have all of them, but we've made too many.
Hey, I got some overflow space if you'd like.
Just send me a care of DT4.
So Scott, do you have if you could pick top 3 favorite shards that you've been able to release, do you have a top 3 of your favorite that you've done?
Yeah, I would say the first one is the original, probably the original, which is the Frost. And that was fun because that was that release was kind of weird because it was a San Diego Comic-Con release and I technically didn't have a booth that year. I sublet it out to another artist, but I was just literally walking around San Diego Comic-Con with them in my backpack. And I basically said like, "Hey, if you want to buy it, like find me and I'll sell it to you." And they ended up selling out. And that was like the first release. And I was like, whoa, that was pretty crazy. So I would say the Frost. I would say I really like the Kryptonite because that neon green really pops. And like, I feel like if you put it in like a display in my head, that one, like my eye would go to that one just because of how neon it is.
Oh yeah.
Third one.
Versace.
Yeah, that one's cool. I like that with the gold flake. That one was really popular, and I know people are.
Yeah.
I know
That's
people
my
are.
favorite right there.
Which one is that?
Well, this is the Versace Wendigo.
Oh, yeah.
The Wendigo is that figure's my
Nemesis,
favorite.
look away. You don't. I think Nemesis. He's very joke about that.
Wendigo has everything that you need in a toy. It's got the horns, it's got the skull face, it's got it's all of it. That's the best.
But yeah, so the Versace shard next to the Versace Wendigo would be amazing.
I think what makes Shard unique or special is that when Scott was designing it, we made a toy that has no round edges, which was the first. Because if you look at a lot of the designer toys, especially the platforms, it's all smooth, it's all round. Like the Money and the Dunny. But we really wanted something where it had no round edges, something really nice that you could feel.
Yeah, absolutely. And is that Frost blue your favorite color? Because I've noticed that also, the Kid Robot, the Wendigo vinyl or little piece is the same blue color.
Oh, gee.
Is that one of your favorite colors?
Yeah, I love like that color in general, like the turquoise or the lighter blue. Like usually when I have a color palette of something, I add that or a similar color into it. Yeah.
Awesome.
Well, Scott, you had talked a little bit about your inspiration in your studio, being surrounded by all of the artwork that you love. I'm going to have a couple quick questions here for the creative process. One, obviously it's hard in the position you're at to pick favorite artists, but if you had a few people that inspire you or that you love and want to kind of mention, please do that. And then also when you're in your creative process, we always kind of like to tap in and find out, are people listening to a playlist, and what is that Scott Tolleson playlist looking like? Or are you watching streaming shows? What does that process in the background look like?
Yeah. So I would say pieces and artists that like I have around my studio. Obviously Frank Kozik, who was like a mentor to me. I have his stuff. Who else? Like Jermaine Rogers is another one. We become really close. Luke Chu. Just trying to think of other artists in the scene. Yeah, Jesse.
those are some good ones that you just named.
Yeah. So yeah, and as far as a creative process, like I go back and forth. Like sometimes I listen to podcasts just randomly, or if it's music, I mean, recent stuff that I've jumped back into Deftones after their new album and just been going through their catalog like
awesome
a lot. Just 90s alternative music. Tool, obviously. Broke Piggy knows I love Tool. So yeah, those are some of the bands and artists.
All right, well, real quick, let's go around the room. We'll start with KK. If you're, kind of getting ready and gearing up for DCON or any other position, do you have a playlist? Do you listen to podcasts? What do you like? What's in your archives there?
I'm a raver girl. I grew up in, the 90s, and so that's usually what my energetic music is for that. But then I'm also like, I grew up in this like emo scene also, so it's very mixed. So it just depends on my mood during that time. But I can listen to Britney Spears also. So
Let's go. Let's go.
yeah.
Rave and Britney. That's yeah.
Throw in a little NSYNC.
Have you heard any of the mixes? They're pretty good.
I was gonna say there's some good Britney rave.
So if you had to pick one EDM song and one emo song off the top of your head, what's the first ones that come to your mind?
Let's see. God is a Girl is probably one, and then shoot, I don't know. The emo thing. It's
just whatever.
I hold that very dear to me. So there's a lot. There's a lot there.
Well, if E&B and K go missing during DCON, it's because they're at the music festival.
He's gonna be there, so
Exactly.
There's always a rave in Vegas. There's always something.
Oh yeah, well the after parties, but we'll get to that in a minute. Seth, how about you? What is your process looking like as far as kind of getting in the headspace?
For me, it's a mad dash. So I'm last minute trying to get everything organized to ship out there and bring with me. Music wise, I've recently been listening to a lot of Pearl Jam, Eddie Vedder, System of a Down. No particular order on that one, just what I'm feeling at that time. That's kind of where I, slowly try to write myself. A podcast, I don't listen to a ton. I listen to a couple of retro and vintage toy ones, although I'm not really a big collector. It's just fun to kind of nostalgic, live through that again. But not, just mad dash to get ready for DCON, as I'm sure you guys also have that similar process.
Oh, yeah. But real quick, because I'm a huge Pearl Jam guy. What's your jam? What's your Pearl Jam go to?
Recently been listening to a lot of just Future Days, that song, and a lot of, honestly, Eddie Vedder just by himself, just solo, like Society from he did a movie soundtrack at one point. So a lot of that, some more, I guess that's more calming than anything else, but mostly that, and then System of a Down when don't want to be calm.
Nice. Chris, how about you?
Yeah, so I'll listen to podcasts. I like the Dollop a lot, comedy history podcasts, and then I mostly listen to indie alternative stuff. And then my music taste is all over the place. So I'll listen to pop music. I'll listen to Chaperone. I don't care.
And I know a lot of artists after they're on D24 in the background. They have all our old shows streaming in the background, so you can hear all the great artists that we've
watching
had.
Luke Chu's episode.
Yeah, Luke Chu's on there. We'll get one. Those got
Jordan, how about you?
I'm in a house full of girls. I got a 2-year-old girl and a 5-year-old girl, so it's K-pop Demon Hunters on 24/7. It's the only thing I'm allowed to listen to, and it's fine. I enjoy it.
There's some bangers.
No, it's good. It's just that is it still good on 8 hours of repeat? But
the nanny or ring cams have caught Jordan busting out some moves.
I already So that's on all the time. Car, house, doesn't matter. So
are they going to be that for Halloween? Is that their Halloween costume?
So funny enough, my daughter's been begging to do the costumes from K-pop Demon Hunter, and we do a family costume every year. We go pretty big, and I just said, okay, I tell you what, we can do K-pop Demon Hunters, except with the condition I get to pick the characters.
Okay.
So we're doing something, but it's like we're talking deep cut characters.
Oh
like,
my god!
So
Are
it's
you
pretty
the
bizarre.
tiger?
Are you the
Are
tiger?
you the tiger?
No, it was deeper cut than that.
Oh,
We're going
man.
really bizarre. So it's like you'd have to be able to like be a fan of the movie to get it. You know, we're doing like straight up.
It's gonna be the three grandmas, I'm assuming.
really deep. So basically, it's people I don't even think would be able to guess it. So it's pretty funny. But people who watch the movie will get a kick out of it because I just wanted to be like, let's do supporting characters in the back.
I love that.
love
He's
that.
he's the note. He's the piece of paper
Close,
that's
but
flying.
yeah,
in
it's
the-
pretty crazy. So yeah, no one's guessed it, but it'll be pretty funny.
All right. Well, before we get into the $24 million questions, which is going to be centered around DCON, which we're going to do here very shortly. One last question, just to kind of get to know you all here. We have some foodies in the group. ACB is our resident foodie, and he was always going to ask these questions. So, quickly, Scott, we'll start with you. Do you liken yourself a little bit of a cook? If not, what's your favorite go-to kind of meal or food?
I'm terrible at cooking, but I do love food. I mean, I'm a sushi guy. I love
yeah.
Nice.
me some sushi.
All right, that's good. So we know Scott will be hunting down the best sushi in Vegas here in a couple of short weeks. What about Kay? Kay, what about you?
I have a family, so I cook a lot.
Okay.
Do I like it? Sometimes, busy.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, I do tend to cook a lot. We were a long time ago, I think, a few of us here, we all did what was that thing? Green Chef or whatever. And so we'd all make the same meals and we would compare it with each other.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so yeah, I do quite a bit of cooking.
So, I see in the chat, which brings up a question. Do you like ketchup on your hot dogs?
Oh no, come on.
Yes, I'm not
Thank
a
you.
mustard person. I am not a mustard.
Thank you,
person.
Kay.
I'm
Thank you,
ketchup,
Kay.
Ketchup all the way.
It's a big
That's an OG DT4 question.
It's a debate. It's a debate
They
we've had for
troll
years.
me. I'm from Chicago, so we're no ketchup on hot dogs unless you're 4 years old.
Call me 4 then.
I did bring up ketchup when we were in Chicago at a hot dog place, and I got cussed out for it.
Yeah.
I got it on video.
Well, you get what you reap, what you sow. E. Seth, how about you as far as the foodie question goes?
Yeah, I've got a family as well, so do a lot of grilling. So I like grilling steaks, ribeyes, or New York strips. I live in Kentucky, and we're not great at Asian food. So when we go out to LA or Las Vegas, it's nice to go to like Din Tai Fung or actually get properly good Asian. So that's something we like to do when we're not here.
Okay, Chris, you're up.
I don't cook as much as I probably should at home, but I definitely like going out to eat and stuff like that. I love mainly soup noodles, like ramen, pho, and that sort of stuff.
Nice. Can't go wrong there. That's good old comfort food, I think, at least. What about you, Jordan?
Yeah, I'm the main cook here. And yeah, we always joke like, what do we love more in Broke Piggy, toys or food? So food is a big part of our thing. Chris will talk more about it at the after party, but we lined up some pretty good food vendors that are included. And then there's a super secret breakfast that we do for DCON with the artist breakfast. That's like really top notch.
That's
so
really cool.
Definitely foodies. Yeah.
That's really, really cool. I'd like to hear that. All right, well, let's get into it. We're going to save the after party for a couple of minutes from now because a lot of questions are coming in about that. You're going to get bombarded with those. But let's just talk about the 20th anniversary DCON coming up in just a few short weeks in Las Vegas. I'll let you guys decide who wants to field the general question here to start. But what are your plans? What do you want to share with the group here for today? What can we expect from Broke Piggy, Scott, and the whole crew?
We could start off with Scott and I could talk about. So we haven't announced this yet. So this is the first. This actually everything is going to be a first announcement, most of it. But this is one of the really popular items that came out of last year, which our whole theme was Wendigo last year. We did a Wendigo hunt where you like hunting around Wendigos through the whole thing. You got like a little hunter's license and badge. And then we did the the Wendigo Hunt blind box series, which we loved blind boxes. We brought that back. It was a yep, there you go. It was a big challenge for us because not many people do custom blind boxes anymore, and when you do one, I mean, it's tough because at the price point, it's a higher price point, of course, but you want to make sure people get what they want, or at least feel like, I mean, you're going to spend over $100 on something, close to $200. Imagine opening one and you're disappointed, right? So that was a challenge. We really wanted to make sure all the designs were good. It can't just be like, oh, I got to chase, because you buy a $10 blind box, or what are they, $12 now? You don't get the one you want. You get a common. You're like, whatever. You're gambling, but you're getting the $200 item. That's the one thing we didn't want people to be, is disappointed, right? We wanted to be like, how do we create something where everything is amazing? And that was part of it. Was last year was making the winter one a common. Well, it's funny when I say common, because there was only 30 or so. So everyone shouldn't be a common, but that was hand painted by Scott. So even though that was quote unquote common, that was, still pretty rare. But yeah, so we're bringing it back. That's the big news. It's going to be Wendigo Hunt 2, new artists, new designs. I know that was a big controversy last year because it sold out instantly. I mean, there was only 100 pieces, and we had to limit it. And people, I mean, it sucks to limit a blind box because the whole point is you can get a lot, right? You're trying to go for one. So good news is this year it's I'm not prepared. Don't quote me on it, but I believe it's double a little over 200.
Nice.
So it's a little bit more. I know it's still going to sell out, but at least everyone who wants one should be able to get one. That's what our thing is.
You guys have been busy.
Yeah.
Oh, beautiful.
You won't
Screenshot
see
that,
that
everybody.
anywhere else, guys. You won't see this
And
anywhere
I know
else.
that's kind of a reveal right there. Check that out.
Oh my God.
This one is this one's called Relic, and it's probably my favorite of the series. What do you think, Scott? Is this going to be your favorite?
Yeah, just to backtrack a little bit and add on to what Jordan is saying about these pieces is a lot of these are customs, right? So they're custom, even though they're blind box, and they're the kind of thing with blind boxes is they're just the classic definition. They're all mass produced like pieces, right? And these aren't that. So what's cool about having Wendigo Hunt and releasing it at DCON is you're opening it there, and if you don't like the one you get, there's other people around, and there's that trading that's happening. So that's what kind of brings the a fun element to these blind boxes. And then what Jordan's talking about, the Relic. So I will say that it is going to be very cool. I just got the head sculpts in, and those I'm custom painting all of these. So I just got them in, and the design looks very, very, very close to what Jordan shared to the 2D art. So that's going to be a fun one. That was definitely going to be a nice addition to the set.
I would say that. All right, go ahead.
Oh, the other challenge for doing a production blind box series is finding. There's a lot of amazing customizers out there who could do one amazing piece, but the challenge is, can they do 20 pieces to look like it's made by a factory, right? It's consistent. And that's, we have a pretty cool lineup of artists that, with history with us, that can reproduce something where so even though it's a custom, it should look like a production. I don't know. Scott, should we say the lineup?
Yeah, I mean, we can announce it.
Oh, man. Guys, tag your peeps right now. Get them in this chat.
So I just want to say, Rock is smiling so big. Rock always wants secret bombs dropped on video.
You gotta drop the bomb once in a while.
He's so excited.
So it's a mixture of production ones, which is like the colorways, winter, and last year we had what was it, winter and carnival and Versace. Those would be called the regular colorways, and we had 4 guest artists, I think. So this time it's double the guest artists, and it's a lot more fun. So in no particular order, got Fluff Riot, Arctic Fox, Dr. A, Fifth Turtle, J. Ryu, Motley Miscreations. And this one is, if you know who he is, you'll be super excited because you'll know how legendary he is and how rare it is to get from him. But Goto-san. So from the vinyl world. So so, and of course Scott. So
well, and to add to Goto-san, he only does Japanese vinyl. So this is like a first.
That's
like,
huge.
This is huge. I mean, this is huge. Like he doesn't do this, and it was kind of a favor to us. So just that alone is like, I'll have one of those in my collection.
I'm so excited for that one. So excited.
So Jordan, Scott, and the crew, I would think that you guys brought it for the 10th year anniversary. You didn't hold back, did you? You're like, let's go.
Yeah.
That's the tip of the iceberg, though. I mean, there's a lot of every day I get at least one email from Jordan with a to-do list that and he's adding to it still. Like he's like, oh, by the way, we're doing this too.
I literally texted him last night. Can we do this?
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys saw the map. I don't know if we still are, but yeah, we really wanted to go all out for 10 year. As the last time I checked it, I believe the Scott Tolleson Broke Piggy booth is the second largest booth to Metacom.
That's good.
I saw that. I was wow.
That's
We're
awesome.
planning some fun stuff there. We have Wendigo Hunt. That'll be exciting. We'll do a slow release of some reveals in the next couple weeks leading up to it. But come by. Hopefully you guys, you can get one. And I know Kay wants to talk about the pop-ups that we're having. Seth has a surprise announcement for a show that we're doing. So
Okay.
a lot more reveals.
Well, we'll let you hand the baton, Jordan. It's your team. Who do you want to
I guess we start. Kay, do you want to share which artists we'll be having as guest artists?
Yeah, so this year we will have it's 7 artists that will be appearing, and we usually put out a schedule of stuff out, but we're not gonna spill that now. So yeah. So the artists that we have, the lineup, it's Bindlewood. It's Chris Raniak and Amanda. And then Amanda Louise Spade. And then Arctic Fox, of course, she's one of our favorites.
Yep.
And then Jesse, J. Ryu, Fluff Riot, Candy Bolton, and the Bots and Mad. So very, very excited about this release. Bots and Mad, they've been with us since pretty much day one. The Bots, they actually did our first blind box series. So that's very nostalgic for us. So 10 years, of history right there. Jeremy, he's been with us for a while too. He did his brick series with us for, I want to say DCON, was it 20, was it 15, 16? Maybe 14? I don't know. I don't remember. It's been a lot, but yeah. So it's going to be nice to have him back at the booth too. So let's see what else. We're excited to have. I'm sorry.
It's tell them this is the Bots' first time at DCON.
So yeah, this is the Bots' first year coming out to a DCON.
Ooh.
So this is going to be very iconic for us, very epic. It's I personally have never met them in person, so I'm not sure if anybody has. So if you are a huge Bots fan, this is the year to come out for sure. And we're working on some very exciting stuff from them. I've been having meetings with them and so forth. And but yeah, this is going to be very exciting if you are a huge Bots fan.
Yeah, I mean, I think I just saw the reaction on Ian B's face. I'm blown
It's
away.
like one of my favorite Dunnies of all time. It's the rainbow. I love color and I love cutesy, but with style, and that's like the Bots to a T.
They're bringing color for sure. So yeah, I hope that you're happy with what they have, because I'm excited too.
I know we have a lot of people in the chat that are just on pins and needles on the edge of their seat hearing these reveals. Guys, please show some love and fire, because these announcements, first off, first time we're hearing them, and secondly, I mean, this lineup is insane. My jaw is still, I'm picking it up off the floor. This isn't going to be
Yeah, I think I'm just going to shut my booth down. I don't even know if I'll
I think I'll be spending a lot of time near the Broke Piggy station.
I will just shut my booth down and just hang out over there.
You're pretty close. You're pretty close to them, actually.
Yes.
So
Yep.
walking
Share the
distance
floor
for
plan.
sure.
Crazy.
Yeah. I
I'm
saw
sure-
the size of their booth and I was like, oh man, they're bringing some serious stuff. So you can see Medicom obviously in the center, and then boom, Scott Tolleson right there.
All
So
right.
that
So
is
so definitely come
pretty
by and visit. We have snacks and drinks for our friends, and then a secret bar. So come by.
Ooh.
the fact that you guys have snacks, it just definitely shows that y'all really are foodies, you know. And going back to the original booth, you said you wanted a place to lounge and have pizza, so it's perfect.
We will finally. So after 10 years, this is kind of a funny thing, is that we actually are gonna finally have our lounge
Nice.
with like a couch and stuff. So that's
That's
what I'm
cool,
saying,
man.
and like a little secret bar. So
Well, you had me and E at Snacks and Secret Bar, so we're probably not leaving.
Oh, yeah. No, I'm there. That's why.
Can
That's
I
why
tell-
I put the floor plan, because I want to know my route. Well,
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
So
And our booth,
Can I-
my booth, it's not secret bar; it's just a bar. So if you want to come by,
Um,
I wanted to chime in just a quick story, Jordan, about when our first booth, talking about us all being foodies and having snacks. I think you brought these blueberry donuts from a specialty donut shop to give to everybody, because we're all foodies. So he wanted to give everybody this experience of like these incredible blueberry donuts. And obviously everyone had some, but there were a bunch left over. And at the end of on Sunday, we found the box of donuts, and it was just stuffed under the booth, everything else, because we had kind of eaten them and then forgotten about them.
the donuts were a casualty.
Just a nice little memory from our history.
Y'all need to do a blueberry donut toy at some point, you know, around the down the
20 year,
line.
at the
I
20 year.
thought I've done it short.
Yeah, there is a donut shard. Really cool.
Kay, did you have anything else to add? I'm sorry, I know we kind of.
Oh yeah. Just a last thing. We have Candy Bolton. She's going to be at the booth. I know I mentioned that before, but a tidbit is that she's been with us since she's probably been at every shard show that we've had. So, you know, it's exciting for her to come back to us each year and be willing to, you know, to give up some of her time to join us each year. So that's exciting too.
She's incredible. She's one of my favorites.
We got
Love
to meet her at Collected
Collected Con,
that's right,
yeah.
You guys,
So
you
fun.
guys have an insane lineup. Kudos to you guys. You guys went all out for the 10-year. I think you said Seth has some exciting news too, because we ain't done yet. Let's go. Keep this train rolling.
Yeah, so to stick with our Broke Piggy theme, at our first designer con, we had a banner made, and our tagline on it was toys, prints, and secrets. So to stick with that theme, I'm going to go on to our print section. We've done prints in the past. We've done one or two prints and so on. This year, to celebrate our 10-year anniversary, we decided for 10 years, we're going to do 10 different artists. Some of the artists we had worked with in the past, this is our first time, and we really wanted to have fun with it and just kind of pick ones we think would mesh well with us. Each one of the prints is a very loose theme of either around some sort of subtle pig or some sort of coin or flying coin, all part of our logos, just as a nod towards us. In no particular order, I'll reveal the lineup. First one, we're going to go with Scott Tolleson. So that was a given one there.
Really hard to get, by the way. He almost.
It was really hard to lock down.
We had to feed him for that one.
Yeah.
It cost us a lot of Taco Bell.
At some point,
Taco
Scott,
Bell,
you
yeah,
got to
his
say no.
favorite is Taco Bell.
At some point, Scott, you got to say no. All right.
Right.
Yeah, so then next one, this is a collab print. It's with Arctic Fox and Fluff Riot. They wanted to work together, and looking forward to seeing that one too.
Yeah.
Next one is Candy Bolton. We worked with her before, as we've talked about in multiple shard shows, so looking forward to that one too. Working with Luke Chu. I'm really looking forward to seeing what he's making for us there. Jeremy Model, or Mad, he's making a print for us as well, and he's worked with us on a few shows in the past, the Brick Show, so we're looking forward to working with him once again. Next one was important to us. This one is from Frank Kozik. We worked with his estate, and they're working with us and made a really awesome print. Looking forward to showing that off at DCON.
That's cool.
Next one is 64 Colors. We've worked with them on a few different projects too. We thought they'd be a good fit for this project. NC Winters. Looking forward to seeing what they come up with there too. New one here for us was Jim Mazza. Looking forward to that print as well for this show. And our last one is our in-house designer. She designed the majority of our Broke Piggy logos, and that is Mako. And it's kind of a homage to Broke Piggy and just kind of everything we've done. So it's very nice to work with her for this one.
Well, I'm going to be going to the bank on Monday to take out a second mortgage on my home, so that'll be great. Looking forward to all of this.
It'll be very exciting.
It's still so crazy to me that all of you met in just a designer toy forum, or the Kid Robot forum, and then maybe 10 years ago, and then 10 years now.
Look at all you've accomplished and the artists that you're working with.
These amazing designers, prints. I mean,
you guys, you may even bring glazed donuts this time. It might be just regular glazed donuts. So
we'll have to find somebody in Las Vegas that makes incredible donuts, and we'll bring it there.
I can pass on a few of those. Trust me.
I'll add on a little bit to the print show. With Frank, it's really special to us because not only that, I mean, working to say this is his first print in over a year and a half. And this is for the Frank fans out there. This is not. It's not going to be just a reprint of I guess recent ones. His estate was really cool with working with us. They dug up some art from 1996 that has not been seen. It was a telephone pole advertisement in Tokyo, and they working closely with the estate. They updated it to fit the show, so it's gonna be really exciting. So I would say, except for a few handful of hardcore collectors, this one probably has not been seen for was it 30 years. So we're really, really excited to debut that. And last year, this is segmenting into another thing I want to talk about. So last year, the poker chips were a real huge hit that we did. We did a blind box series with, I think it was 8 different artists, and including their chases. There were 16 different designs. We underestimated that. We were kind of nervous. We made 500, and we're like, I don't know if these will sell. I don't know if people are into it, but we did get we're into games too, and I was like, these poker chips, that gotta be nice. So I found a U.S. manufacturer that manufactures it for the Palms Casino and the World Series Poker. So these are actually the heavyweight clay ones. If you guys were able to pick up some last year, these felt great. But they sold out in 30 minutes. I didn't know. People are coming up saying yeah, I'd like to get 200 of them. We're like, whoa. So we had no idea. People were really upset they couldn't get more. So we are bringing that back. We are doubling it. We have a whole new lineup of artists. I'll get to that in a second. But with the print show, we have 10 prints. By purchasing a print, we have the white chips will be for the print show. So we call them poker print chips. You get a poker chip with it that's specifically designed for that. It's not to say that the print is not on the poker chip. It's a separate art design that each artist did. So you get that. The only way to get that is to buy a print. So it's kind of a nice little side quest. If you are hunting for all of them, that's 10 right there that you can get. And I will show you some. So are
the prints going to be limited to a certain number per?
Yeah, that's all ranging. There's different edition sizes from 25 to 100.
Okay.
All different sizes. Okay, different size edition, different size prints. Some are 8x10.
Okay.
And to large ones, I would say there's 18x18, but it's all ranging, 11x17. So it's we didn't put any restrictions on the art size or the edition. We some are screen printed, some are, I always mess up this word, G-clay. Is that right, Kay?
G-clay?
So, yeah, some are printed that way.
That's cool.
Some are special, with foils and stuff. So the only theme, we just asked them to put a piggy bank or a flying coin. It didn't have to be the main thing. It could be hidden in the back, but we just wanted to tie in the whole show. Is that?
That's cool.
So we have the print chips. So for instance, if you buy Mad's print, let's see if I can get it.
How cool! He's been a previous guest on the show here with us, and he is just such a great person. I mean, he offered to do a giveaway for us. I mean, just such a down to earth dude for the success he's had.
He's been And he's one of the original designer toy artists. I mean,
Yeah.
he went to, let me see if I remember this right, Otis College for design. And when they had designer toy class, he was the first class. He was part of the first class when they first started off, or toy
cool.
production or something like that. This is Candies. So.
Oh, come on. Well, we're definitely going to be needing some of these. Yep.
Her print, I can't share it yet, but it's one of my favorite. It's awesome.
Really?
And it's going to be a really special one. That's Candies.
We'll be bringing a poster tube so that we can stick them all in there.
We have a lot.
I was going to ask about that.
So we have a lot of chips this year. So we have what? We have 8 artists. So that's 10 plus the other blind back. So then that's separate. Okay. So the print chips are separate and those are all white chips. And then we have the blind bag series this year. They will be sold differently. So the kind of, I think you have to buy them in sets of, I think 5. I think we're doing like, again, I think we're not going to change it, but I think it's like $20 for 5 and it's blind. And there's a chance to get a chase. So each artist did a regular comment plus a chase. And then there's other secret ways. There's other secret chips out there. I don't want to ruin it. But if you were to count them all, I think we're at 40 total chips. So if you want to make this your chip hunt this year, that's it. I will say some of the artists who are doing signings, like Scott, we have some blank chips. So for instance, it'll say his name on one side, but the other side's blank.
Nice.
The first 20 people that show up for a signing, he'll doodle on it.
Wow. Oh, come on.
He didn't sign up for that. He's just finding out right now.
This is the first time I've heard about this. I'm totally serious.
I
had no idea.
We're offering the chip at my booth, and I'm just drooling on mine. I'm not doodling, just drooling.
But let me show you a couple of the blind ones. So last year, we have some returning artists and some new ones. They all switch their colors. So for instance, like Scott last year was white. So this time he's doing the black chip. And I don't even think Scott hasn't even seen the chips yet. So this is
poor Scott.
Yeah, no. This is his common.
Oh man.
Yo, that's
whoa.
I love the colorway is crazy.
Yeah. And that's a new dragon colorway just made just for this chip. And this is probably one of my favorite chases. The chase is the sketched version.
Nice.
Was there only one chase out of the whole
I don't know the ratios. Don't quote me on it, but I believe it's. And I'm not good with this probability, but it's like for pulling. I think there's a little less than half of the chases to his common. Okay. But the problem is then you have times 8 times 6. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't know what the odds are. Someone's better at math can do it, but it's basically you have 8 artists. Then you have the chases plus that. So each one has a chase, but there are less. They are less. We'll still have it set up at our booth where we usually will put out like 6 random chips without duplicates. So if you pull one that you don't like and you see on our table, kind of like the trade me pile, you could trade it as long as it's not a duplicate. So if you pull one and you don't want it, but yours is not on the table, you could do that. A new artist that we have this year, Doc A, did a chip for us. If you guys are familiar with his work, Rupture. That's just it fits so well with that.
Oh, so, yeah.
The pink chip is Rupture. I don't have the chase for this, but that's this. And I'll share one more. This one I really like.
Well, I have a new rabbit hole. It's going to be collecting poker chips.
Amanda's one.
Yeah.
Yep.
Ooh, that's fun. I like that colorway.
Rhinix is the chase. I'll say I don't have it with me right now, but his is the king on his character.
Cool.
So they just go really well together.
That's awesome.
And same quality as last year. But that'll be fun. And like I said, we doubled it. We'll put some limits to it, but otherwise people should be able to come by and get their fill. I don't anticipate it. We will do whatever it takes to make sure it doesn't sell out of VIP. We'll only do a special allotment for VIP, and then the rest, we'll like I said, I think it's 5 chips for $20, and then they'll be sold blind, like in little black baggies. But hopefully, we're trying to encourage people. We want to have an area where you can trade them. Hopefully people trade, not just with our booth, with each other. And I don't know. If someone were to get all of them, maybe we do a special prize if someone wants to complete that quest. But I love side quests. So
that was one of the more memorable moments, I think, of last year is after we got our Wendigos. There was like maybe 10 of us, I guess.
Yeah.
As soon as we all waited to open them, we went to the left of y'all's booth, and then we did the whole
Open them all together.
reveal trading. I still have, I mean, in the chat, somebody's still trying to get me to trade my Versace. But that's definitely, it brought back that nostalgic, trading from.
It's pretty cool.
Speaking of Wendigos, we did have a question earlier asking if there's going to be a sign up for the Wendigo hunt. Here you
go. So for this year, we're not going to do a Wendigo hunt because we want to, which Chris will get into after, but because our party starts at 6, we want people to, I think we're even doing like a soft close at our booth at 5 so people can get back to their hotel, get freshened up. I think it's only 7 miles, but because it's off the strip, it takes you 30 minutes on an Uber.
Yeah.
So,
and all the roads closed.
Yeah, so I figured we'll just like, we were thinking about doing a hunt for the 10-year, a different hunt, a different creature, a different like a little hunter tag, a different everything, but we're going to save it just because we want the focus to be on the party. The party is just, I think that's going to be, a better experience for everyone.
All right. Well, before we get to the party, and this is a lot of people are interested in this, but before we get to that, I just want to kind of ask because there's going to be a lot of people that are obviously in this chat and that will watch this episode who are planning on coming to DCON who have their sights set directly on Broke Piggy. So to help some of these people kind of maybe roadmap and plan accordingly, could you maybe give us a quick breakdown? Like, for instance, the prints, are they available from the moment you open? Is that going to be a special time drop? Anything like that you can share so people can maybe kind of coordinate?
Yeah, I think early November, we're finalizing our schedule. So last time I released a spreadsheet, it just showed like the blocks of time. So we'll do that again. But so the prints will be first come, first serve, just because we have so many. We have a few artists who are doing a signing, which will then they can have a doodle chip, or at least they'll get sign it. So if you buy a print, you'll get the chip right there. And then we have a few where they'll do some signing. So for instance, if you bought Luke's, you can come back for a signing and we'll just do that. But if you just want to make sure you got his, because but I think Luke's signing, Candy, Mad, and Scott, and then Arctic Fox and Jamie. So those will all be released when we release our schedule, so you can plan ahead for that. I believe Wendigo Hunt will be first come, first serve, but we'll try to announce which ones I know all the pop-ups will most likely be wristband lottos again. Where this time we'll have lines set up, so if people want to set up on lines. We're still figuring out the logistics of how we want to make it fair for everyone. But we'll do it's going to be a combination of first come, first serve and lottery wristbands again. So we'll be doing that. But for the poker chips, Wendigo Hunt, and the prints, it's going to be first come, first serve for that. I know Scott's, we haven't really announced this stuff, but we should have, this is the first time announced it too, but we should have a new 5-inch Wendigo also.
Wait, let me talk. Do the broke Piggy stuff, and then I can talk about.
Okay,
okay. No, I'm just kidding.
Okay, Scott will talk about that. But yeah, so we'll announce it as best we can so people can plan for that.
Okay.
But we have something almost every couple hours on our schedule. So for different artists, because we have so many artists doing pop-ups combined with Scott's stuff, combined with the print. So
that's awesome. All right. Well, thank you. I mean, that's helpful, and obviously keep tuned. Best way for people can find out this information, I'm assuming, is on your IG handles.
Yep, Instagram.
Okay. There you go.
Can I add something really quick? Because I heard about the prints. If you are coming to buy a print, I would highly suggest bringing a poster tube, so that we may have some available, but I just want, because some people don't know like the print etiquette, correct? And I just wanted to at least bring that, because you don't want to carry this thing around that you paid money for, or you lose and stuff. So maybe a mailing style one, just in case you don't have the space to carry it on your, like, in your carry-on or and something like that. But I would highly suggest that if that's something that you are looking forward to.
I think we should have those at the booth, even if they are for sale, because on that note, I've done this plenty of times myself, where I'll see a print and I love it, but I'm like, how I can't buy this. What am I?
Well, I think it's a pro hack, Kay. Certainly, whether you guys wind up having the tubes for sale or available, It doesn't hurt because there's going to be other booths throughout DCON, and there's going to be some amazing artwork. Maybe, plan on bringing a tube with you, and then, like you said, hit up the local FedEx or UPS and ship it back to yourself.
Rock is actively looking up where you can buy puncture tubes in bulk so you can sell them.
Well, I think this happens every year. Like, and at all the other cons too. New York Comic Con, there's like DCON should have a ton of them in their booth just to sell, just to say, hey, we're gonna have them this weekend. Come grab them, type of thing.
I know we're trying to do a combination of hard envelopes and tubes. It's just logistics, because I think I don't know, just a rough number. I think if you count all the prints from all of the different artists, different editions, we're close to 500. And obviously, we can't store 500 tubes. I mean, assuming that everyone just wants one print, right? That's 500. I know some people want a couple. We could roll that carefully in there, in a tube or an envelope. But they have some really nice tubes where. I think I saw some tubes where they even have a strap to carry, plastic ones. So
wait, you're saying we can't? Yeah, we can't store the tubes. Have you seen how big the booth is?
500 tubes though.
You still have Metacom booth space. They don't need all that for band, right?
The more tubes we have, the less bar space we have.
My booth now is going to be closed, so I have plenty.
There you go. Yeah, you have the satellite rocking toys booth.
Oh my god.
Well, that's all amazing information. So again, guys, follow them on Instagram. It's just @BrokePiggy, right, Jordan?
Yep.
Okay. And then of course you got to follow Scott on Instagram too. Scott, do you want to give out your handle?
Mr. Scott Tolleson.
Yeah, there you go.
Not Mrs. Scott Tolleson, which I get.
It works though.
So that's going to be a good way to find out some additional information. Scott, you said you had some additional news, maybe?
Yeah, I mean, I have releases too that are, I look at this thing holistically, like we're all working together, but we kind of have releases on the left and the right. So for me, I'm releasing a new 3-inch colorway of the Shard. So I think this year I'll have more than even last year or in past years. So there'll be a new 3-inch colorway Shard. There is a 5-inch Shard that I will say is probably my favorite in terms of the 5 inches that have been released and as the colorway. It's a very cool effect going on that it looks cool from many different angles. And then I will say too, there's also a Wendigo, I guess it's the 5-inch Wendigo release that I'll have over. That's also probably my favorite colorway of the 5-inch version. That's really cool. Jordan and I were trying to figure out a way to pull off a look that I don't want to give too much away, but it's very cool. It's a very cool effect happening on this Wendigo. And if you like colors, this is probably the most colorful Wendigo.
Scott, you can share pics and all that with us. It's just us. Like, we won't say anything.
Yeah, like I said, I saw the prototypes. I saw the samples of the 5-inch Shard and the Wendigo, and they're very stunning. They're really cool.
Sounds like I need to DoorDash a lot between now and then as a side gig to make sure I'm making some money.
Yeah,
I think that the 3-inch will be a larger edition, but the 5-inch Wendigo, like all the rest that we've done, it's gonna always be small because we wanted to always be more of a fine art. That's always been low, like between 15 to 30. This will be within that range, and the 5-inch, I think the 5-inch is also really, unfortunately, good. It's great for those who score, but it's a very very small size run size.
Those are lotteries, right? Lottery.
Yeah,
for those?
lottery. Yep.
Yeah,
lottery
it's because they're a smaller run, but because of the special effects that are going on, they're also more expensive, and they take longer to work on. So there's a combination of all these different reasons of why the edition is small. I mean, obviously I would make 200, 300 of these if I could, but it's a timing thing. It's the cost per piece, and it's the quality that goes into it. It's all those factors that work together that cause the edition to be, such a small run.
Very worthwhile for the collector, though. I mean, that's going to be an amazing piece if you're lucky enough to get that in your hands. Did we ever give out the booth number? I'm not sure.
Oh, no.
Do we have a number?
Just
337, 331. Don't quote me on that. So
just
if
go
you go
left.
to the wrong booth.
Yeah, booth number is the left side of the convention.
Yeah.
Head left. Veer left.
It's 337.
Yeah.
337.
It is 3. Okay.
Yeah. All right, we're going to get into this party here in just a second, but before we do that, do we have any other news or information you all would like to break about Broke Piggy, Scott, at all?
I mean, it's going to, aside from the product itself, the booth is going to look very nice. It's going to be like in my head, it's going to be the best collaboration booth that we've had so far, just in terms of size, in terms of branding, how the booth layout, all of these factors put together. We've really worked hard on just on all aspects of the booth. Like I said, from what we're selling to the look of the booth to just all the planning that's going on. It's going to be awesome.
So do you have a mascot? Because I got the broke part down. I'm okay to dress up as in a inflatable pig costume, walk around. I'm okay with that. So
will work for donuts and booze.
Yeah, if you need a sign spinner, I'm free. I mean,
carry around some poster tubes.
Oh, I do have one other thing to add. I don't know how much of this is out there, but for DCON, I'm the guy that I created Vincent, the mascot. I do a lot of the DCON related art stuff. So I will say I'm finding out, kind of like I'm finding out from Jordan every day, all this new stuff. I'm finding out from Ben at DCON that there's a lot of Vincent related, DCON related merchandise dropping. I just saw last night that Steve Caballero is working on some DCON sneakers to be released. So I hit up Ben right away, you have to save me a pair of those. There's also some other Vincent related toys and DCON related toys that are popping out that I'm seeing that those should be pretty cool.
It's going to be a great year. I'm excited. I know that there's a ton of energy and buzz around this. By the way, I just want to kind of take a minute. I want you, Kay, Jordan, Seth, Chris, B mentioned this a little bit earlier, and it kind of stuck in my head. You guys are so damn busy because we know how busy it is to get prepared, and you guys have a massive undertaking. You guys need to just take a quick pause, breathe, and look back at the 10-year journey you guys have had and pat yourselves on the back. Let's give a round of applause to both of you. You guys have done a hell of a job. Seriously.
Yeah, you guys are rocking it. Definitely.
Kudos to you. And Scott, obviously, always pat yourself on the back. You're a legend, my man. So great job, guys. Kudos. You really should appreciate all the work that you guys have put in and what you guys are doing. I think people are very excited about what you got coming up here. It's party time, baby. Let's talk about this party. I think that everyone's excited about this. I know you guys got a lot of information and news you want to break on this. So again, Jordan, you and your team, I'll let you guys decide who and what you want to tell, but let's talk about what people can expect for the after party. And if there's tickets available, all that, because people are asking a bunch of questions.
Chris?
Yeah, I'll take this one. And as an aside, as you guys said about how much we've been planning this 10-year anniversary, me and Jordan were driving back from Vegas last year and already planning stuff for this year during our drive home. So it has been a
shop, right, Chris?
Yes, brokepiggy.shop.
There you go.
Okay.
Well, those will be gone in a second. Just
I mean, it's I think it's now not early 175, but I mean, the value of the bag, we retailed it out, not flipper price, but retailed out. It's about 200, and then that also includes all the food, 4 different vendors that you could just go up and just eat, and of course all the events and the partying and all that stuff. So there's a lot of secrets that we haven't said.
Okay, guys, if you didn't catch that, there are a few people that are starting to say in the chat. Oh, back. I just typed in the chat. There were 5. There are now only 2, and maybe less. Brokepiggy.shop. If you want to go to that after party, that's it. That's it. There was only 2 tickets left as of a few seconds ago. BrokePiggy.shop. Grab it during this stream, and then that's it, guys.
Right. So can we give? I guess for those, we could just give a really quick recap. We didn't really go over.
I'll do a quick recap. Yeah. So Broke Piggy After Party is an off-strip venue we rented out. There's going to be amazing food vendors, activities like the Hot Ones Challenge, Fire Challenge. We're going to have a video game tournament. We're going to have a live painting. That's a collaborative painting for 4 artists: NC Winters, Mumbot, Candy Bolton, Jim Mazza. They're all going to be painting one large canvas. Then we're going to have raffles and silent auctions for Grail items. So just letting you guys know, that's what we're doing. And then every ticket comes with a grab bag. Grab bag comes with either a 3-inch shard or a 3-inch sparkling that is designed specifically for the after party.
Age limit is a question that was asked for the party.
We basically said, I mean, it's 18 plus. Obviously, that's going to be adult, themes. But I would say if you have, some people are traveling with their teenagers for this event, and I just kind of, I mean, we put our notes. If you know your kid, if your kid's like mature enough, cool, bring them. But just to let you know, this isn't meant to be a family fair where, but I would not bring children. It's probably not the appropriate place. I mean, there's gonna be drinking going on and adult conversations. And it's also going till 10 p.m. But, like I said, we're not going to be checking IDs. So if you have like a 17-year-old or a 16-year-old who's like super mature and, they could handle it and, but like, for instance, my kids aren't coming for sure.
So it's kind of an at your discretion, but obviously keep in mind that this is not tended to be a family event.
Yeah, it wouldn't be an appropriate place. So, but if you have kids that are mature, they've been around the scene, they actually collect with you, do it. Otherwise, try to get a sitter,
Okay.
Ticket and badge.
You just leave them at Rock's booth.
Yeah.
Hey, no, but I want to make an announcement. The after party of the after party, the Broke Piggy after party at my house, it's canceled. So it's canceled.
Okay.
Oh, that's disappointing.
So just to verify, you have to have a DCON badge to be able to get into the event, correct?
Yeah, we were just thinking that way you're not just bringing in random friends to get an extra bag or something off the street, So this party was intended for DCON attendees.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you do have to bring your badge and your ticket to get
Only
in.
buy the ticket if you have a badge. If you bought a ticket and you don't have a badge, and you better go get that badge if they're still available for DCON. So yeah, I think that's a great rule of thumb, Jordan. Again, guys, I know that we had a little bit of streaming issue. People are filtering back in as you're coming in. The after hours party is really limited, and only 2 tickets remain. So BrokePiggy.shop. Right now they're up. If they're gone, they're gone. So that's it.
And just to add on to the Broke Piggy party, that's really a diversion for the real party that's happening. And that's invite only. So
it'll be random. You don't get to pick the shard or the sparkling. However, not to give away so many secrets, but we have a really cool designated area at the party where you could trade or sell or announce that you have something.
Maybe fight. Yeah, maybe fight.
Yeah. So there's gonna be plenty of opportunity. You don't have to, especially for the people who are like wallflowers. You don't have to go up to people and be like, "Excuse me, can I trade?" No, we're gonna have a designated area that you could trade. Because that's just one of the items in that grab bag. There's the grab bag's it's filled. So there's some cool stuff. So
awesome.
Jordan, can you give us an idea if those 2 tickets still exist? Because if not, we're gonna get those things sold out right now.
Let me see. I know you can. Let's see. Yeah, it says 2 remaining. It says 2 remaining right there, and we'll leave it up.
2 remaining, guys. If you're filtering back into the stream, there are only 2 available tickets for the after hours party. You must have a DCON badge. You go to BrokePiggy.shop. That's where you're going to get them. Once those 2 are gone, that's it.
This is on Friday night?
Saturday night, 6 to 10. But plan on, if you're going to the party, I would leave the convention around 5 to get ready. It takes about an Uber during Saturday night, probably take a half hour.
At least, yeah. It's a mess because of Formula One.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it is a mess downtown. So
All right. Well, this was great information. I mean, we're going to wrap things up here shortly. We're going to have some time for final words. Scott, I want to ask a question of you. We love to ask this of our artist friends that come on here on DT4. You know, you've been at it for a long time. You're a legend in the industry. If you were to go back and tell your younger self one piece of advice, what would that be?
Wow.
Don't give Jordan your email.
Yeah.
Yeah. Only text Jordan back once a day. You know, just to keep going, like I was saying earlier, that a lot of this is trial and error in terms of like even just being an artist and like finding your style, up to like jumping into designer toys to begin with, and like, you know, is it something you want to do and like you'll get around to it, or is it something that you're really going to like pour a lot of like creativity and heart and soul into, and like work through all the roadblocks and just really believe in what you're doing and have fun. And that's probably the biggest thing, is have fun. Like, just keep chugging away.
Okay. That's great advice. But really quickly, let's just go around the room. Kay, any final words for people that are either coming to DCON or just in general for your Broke Piggy fans out there?
Thank you for just being with us through our trial and error phase. It's a lot of growth between us, and I'm happy that we've made so many friends and connections along the way. So I just wanted to say thank you.
Okay. Seth, how about you?
Yeah, just want to say thank you again to all our fans and supporters for this. We try to make things right. So if there's an issue, you have feedback for us, obviously let us know, but we're trying to make this all fair and just have a fun time.
Sounds like a great message. Chris?
Yeah, thanks to everyone who's been supporting us, and also thanks to Scott, because we've been collaborating him for a couple of years now on the booth, and it's always been fun to work with him and our crew. We have a bunch of volunteers that are doing a really good job of helping us out and rolling with all the changes that we do and stuff like that. So yeah, here's to 10 years.
Cheers to that. Jordan?
What they said, and I just also think the Broke Piggy crew, the people who aren't on here right now, I think we started out with 6 to 10 years ago, and now we're like, I don't know, I think we're at 35 people who are like involved and working on different aspects. So I mean, this would have been possible without everyone who's been participating. And you know, thanks for that. And then there's 2 other announcements coming maybe next week. I wasn't ready to announce it today. They're 2 pretty huge announcements for the booth. One is people have been asking for the past 4 years. That's coming. And then another thing is, if you know about the secret breakfast on Sunday, we call it the super secret artist breakfast. If you know about it, it's coming back, of course. And it's not going to be advertised on Instagram. It's just going to be through the fan groups and just different groups and clubs and stuff, because you know it's quote unquote secret. But if you're able to go to that, that is probably one of the more special moments at DCON.
That's
I mean, 30 intimate. You have like 20 something artists having breakfast together, and we have 5 open spots for people to join. That's it, 5.
Wow.
So you could experience that private room breakfast and we're just eating on Sunday morning, and we're opening it up again to 5 people. And then that also comes with a secret grab bag, but I've already said too much. All right. Thanks a lot for having us.
That's an amazing opportunity. Scott, final words?
See everyone at DCON. Thanks for having me on.
Absolutely.
Thank you, sir.
Jordan, who runs your Instagram? Do you run it, Jordan?
No, actually I don't. We have another team that does that. Yeah.
I was one quick question. If somebody is interested in helping with Broke Piggy or getting more involved, is there still availability behind the scenes are you guys still looking for members to kind of, help join your crew and build that?
I already tried to do master.
Yeah. Short answer is yes. For this year, no. But we have a tradition of always trying to add at least one new person, because otherwise, it keeps the pool fresh. And I always imagine there could be another superstar out there who, I mean, I always see it as going through phases, right? You guys have all been collecting a long time too. You go through these phases. At first, you start off as completist. You want to collect everything, and then you run out of space, and all of a sudden you curate it. You're like, I'm only going to collect this and this. I'm not going to collect everything, all the dunnies. And then once that ends, I've noticed we've lost friends over the years because they get burnt out, they get tired, they move on to the new hobby. So part of Broke Piggy was also like, I've been obsessed with this whole mission of how do I extend the collector's life in our scene. I don't know. It's just been this project of mine, and I've been analyzing. And then part of it was, if you're collecting with friends, it extends it a lot. Because when I first started, and I joined the scene in 2008 to 2000, I think 10, I didn't know anyone, and it got boring, and I stopped. And I got back into it when I met all these friends randomly on the forum, and it's way more fun. Like you said, EMB, like opening up a blind box with friends rather than by yourself, right? So part of Broke Piggy too is like that's why we're creating all these events, because we want people to meet and have, it's not just about joining the team, but we just want people to have a good time. And if more people are into this and they stay, I mean, that helps us, helps our artists. But really, it's just that the bottom line, and Scott told me this 10 years ago. He goes, toys need to be fun. And that's always stuck with me. He goes, if it's not fun, we're done. That's the day we stop doing it. Because what's the point? This is, we're doing this because it's fun. But I think having friends, and also then it's another layer of producing or just being involved, right? Just being involved, even if you're just helping out. I think that also extends your time, because I was like, man, imagine spending all this money, all this time, and all of a sudden you're like, okay, I'm done. I'm going to go pick up pickleball now. That sounds like my new flavor of the week. And I'm like, I had a hard time wrapping around this, because I'm like, spending money on this art, I imagine it to always be on my wall, right? Or just on someone's wall, some artist spending a year creating a custom, and then the next time the person's like, okay, I'm moving on. It's like, so anyways, that's been kind of my obsession, but friends, having a good time.
Yeah.
I can say for E and I, like, we're obviously late to the Broke Piggy party. We just kind of went to our first DCON last year, and we're able to kind of experience you guys' booth and kind of learn about who you are. But, I just want to thank you as a collector, and then also kind of as a artist. I'm still very new into this whole thing, but you guys seem like you support not only the collectors in the community, but also the artists. The fact that you're doing so many collaborations with different people, I mean, that's really the beauty of what art is. And so I think that there's a really beautiful layered element there with you guys and what y'all do. So I'm looking forward to getting to, meet you guys in person again this year, and hopefully work together, with y'all in the future. So
Stop putting out so much dope stuff, man. It's like I'm trying. Every time, like last year, I was at DCON, and I'm like, all right, I'm gonna go check this out. And I was like, well, we have to go back to Broke Piggy. It's like everything y'all are putting out, I was like, I had to be there. So I imagine this year will probably be the same.
Yeah.
You guys, Jordan and Scott, cancel 5 projects right now at random.
Keep grinding, keep killing it, keep building this community. This is what it's about. This is what it's supposed to be about. So
you've clearly made yourselves a destination spot, and you've earned that. So congratulations. I can say, as we wrap this up here very quickly, it was really great, obviously, Scott, to meet you and have the time to talk to you. Broke Piggy team to learn kind of the behind the scenes and put the faces to that engine is really, really important for me particular, and I think a lot of people. So very, very cool to kind of get to know you guys, see what all goes behind there, the passion and the joy that you guys all have for this venture that you guys have put together in 10 years is a very commendable. So happy 10th year on behalf of DT4. We look forward in just a few short weeks to all coming to say hi and see you and shake your hands and get some hugs. And it's going to be one hell of a DCON this year. So kudos to you guys. Congrats. And anytime that you guys want, you are part of the DT4 family. You guys have an open forum now to come back, talk about new adventures, what's coming up on the horizon, etc. So
awesome.
Thank you guys.
Thank you for having us.
Yeah, great guys. Great job.
Absolutely, guys. It's at Broke Piggy on Instagram. It's at Mr. Scott Tolleson on Instagram, and that's brokepiggy.shop if you want to get those last 2 tickets to the after hour party or anything else cool that they may have on there. Go check them out, and DCON, we'll see you all there, guys. Thank you so much.
My Costco hot dog with ketchup. I had
Oh,
it.
yeah, let's go. Let's go.
I knew
I've
I
been
was
Suck
waiting
it,
to
Ditto.
eat it.
Suck
I
it.
had to do
Suck
that
it, Ditto.
one.
I think Kay and I are new best friends.
Oh man,
Suck on that,
if
Ditto.
that didn't just rub some salt in the wounds, then this, I don't know. Thank you, Kay. All right, guys, we'll see you at DCON. Thanks so much.
Bye.
Thank you.
Appreciate it, y'all. Thank y'all.
Takes Ditto 20 minutes to cycle everybody off the stream.
Yeah, it's like a lot of people. And then Chris is still here. Okay, there we go. All right. Well, guys, wow. Very special edition Sunday episode of DT4. We really appreciate so many people coming in this live. I know, obviously, Scott and Big Broke Piggy were huge draws, and a lot of you are here probably for that. But we would love for you guys to see more of our episodes. So DT4_live right here on YouTube. We've had interviews with amazing people, including Luke Chu and Jeremy Madd and you know, Chris RWK, and then the list goes on and on and on. Creatives, artists, etc. So please go give us a subscription. Follow us on IG at DT4_live as well, and check out our next upcoming episode. If you like this episode, you're gonna like the episode coming up in a couple weeks on Wednesday. What is that? November 5th, 6th.
Talking about sneak peeks. There's gonna be some. There'll be a few.
Yeah.
I need to look at the date to confirm, because we keep saying I don't know, because it's like it's all blending together here soon. But November 5th is that Wednesday.
Okay. So Wednesday, November 5th will be 9 p.m. Eastern, our normal time, which is 8 p.m. here in Pope Central Time, and 6 p.m. on the West Coast. And it's going to be a really, really banger episode. We're going to be joined for the entire episode by one of our friends in the community, who is another streamer who does a lot for the art community, Steph from Funko Freak Collects. And then we are going to have some secret drop reveals, artists that are going to be popping in. Rock's going to tell you what he's on the horizon for his booth. He was just kidding about shutting that down, of course.
I don't know. I don't know.
Maybe not. Ian V and I will share some of our secret drops that we got coming up and collabs and things like that. So it's going to be one hell of a banger episode. Plus, we're going to talk about the DCON experience for those people who maybe are new to DCON this year. You've got a lot of different vantage points from people who have been attendees for years, people who have a booth, people who maybe are our second or first timers. So it's going to be a lot of fun. So that's Wednesday, November 5th. So please go get that prepared. And that's it. I think, you know, we all have our individual stuff. If you're new to us, you know, whatnot for all of us. IG, check us all out. We've got a lot of cool things going. As B said at the onset of the show, we are kind of all collectors and creators and artists of our own right. So we'd love for you to check us individually and collaboratively out as well. EB, any final words?
I was just going to say that if you guys see us at DCON and, you know, we've never gotten the pleasure of getting to meet you in person, please come, you know, introduce yourself, hit us up. You know, I'd love to put some faces to names and, you know, just build, you know, to us, this community between the Whatnot family and the Designer Toy family community is like a family to us. And E and I do this for building friendships and just, you know, getting to meet new people. It's part of why we love what this is. So definitely come, you know, say hello, give us a hug. I would love to.
No.
Dondo, you are such a troll. So yeah, just come hang out with us at DCON. I'd love to see you. I'm purposely not ignoring you. If you know, it gets crazy. If you
she does ignore for a little bit, but she comes back around. She comes back. She comes back.
Yeah, and we're excited. We're fast and furiously working on some collabs right now for the shows that are coming up, the hip show, the Lovestronaut, or the Kid Heart show, the collabs, and yeah, we just can't wait to see you guys and squeeze your neck.
Oh boy. And Rock, what about you? Any final words?
Yeah, just again, thanks Broke Piggy for all the free like sneak peeks, behind the scenes stuff. Like you only get it here on DT4. So you got to backtrack and watch all our videos. You got to share this one, especially if you know people that are going to DCON, your friends, family, whatever. Share this video and let them see what you guys saw today. Cause those are some big announcements right there. That they're dropping that nobody knew about till today.
And not only big announcements, Rock, but I mean, I think what's important too, is there's a lot of people that were in here that are kind of community members in a Facebook group or whatever from Broke Piggy, and there's a hell of a lot more that weren't here that might want to kind of get to see all those people behind the scenes. Maybe haven't had the pleasure to learn as much as we did today about them. So please share that episode with them as well.
Yeah, for sure. And we, at the booth, I know Jay, and I've talked to TJP and Jay, of course. There's a lot of freebies that are going off on our booths. They're all three right together. So come hang out. There'll be a hangout area between the Broke Piggy events, I guess. But come hang out. There'll be some freebies at my booth. Should be fun. A lot of stuff to show off on the 5th. I'm excited. Can't wait. So
we're all going to be at DCON, guys. So it's going to be exciting. So definitely track us down. There will be moments where you get to see all 4 of us. There'll be moments where you get to see different subsections of us, but we will all be there, and we would love to all meet you and shake your hand, and maybe we'll squeeze some necks. Who knows? But yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun. So I think with that, guys, come back on Wednesday, November 5th. It's going to be one hell of a show leading up to DCON. We can't wait to see you all there. In the meantime, shoot us all the follows. Follow Broke Piggy. Follow Mr. Scott Tolleson. And Rock, take us out on a fine Sunday afternoon, sir.
Guys, everybody, please be safe. Stay happy. And gosh darn it, guys, be nice to each other. And we'll see you on the next one.
Thanks for spending your Sunday with us. Bye.
Bye.